Are we going? Yes, there we go. Okay. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody this evening? Hope you guys are all doing well. And it's Wednesday already. Crazy time's going fast, real fast. So who we got here? Dale is in here, Janet, JJ, the Garden Life, Emil is here. Who else we got? Pam in Wonderland. Bobby's here. So good to see everybody. Mary Taylor's there. Nice to see you, Mary. So anyway, hope everybody is doing well. Hope your weeks are going well. Beautiful, beautiful day down here today. Oh my God, it was absolutely gorgeous. I was out. I don't know if you can see it. Probably look a little red. I was definitely outside getting some sunshine today. So, but all right. Before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody really quickly that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. Please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches will boot you out of here because we are not going to tolerate that. So, just putting it out there ahead of time. All right. Man, I went out and picked up straw today, and I put another bale of straw in with the chickens, and they were loving that. Oh my God, they were going through that. And then, I put straw down in the wolf layer for the pups, and I change that out all the time. That's like a constant thing. But there's an area where they sleep where they don't pee or poop in that area or nothing. It's just it's fine. Then the rest of it, there's an area where they go. So that I got to keep an eye on. So that's what I try to do. I try to go in there and clean that out quite a bit, actually. So anyway, so that was part of the fun that I was doing today. Went up and took the pups for a walk with the Hella. Went up into the upper meadow, walked around up there. I just wanted to make sure that there was no damage from all the wind and everything like that. And everybody's building up in the upper meadows fine, no issue. So that's a good thing. So, um, real quick reminder, if you want something to stand out for me, please all cap lock so I see it and it works. It works better that way. So yeah, the winds are starting to pick up now again. So yeah, I'd love to get. I had peg tents, for in the thing in the to hold it down, and they just pulled those right out as well. So I have to. I want to get some hooks that are like U shape but longer, and drive them down in to make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. But we'll see what happens. But so far so good. I mean, since I had to adjust everything, everything has been good. All right, so let's get into. Had crazy strong winds there today. They've been picking up. I mean, they were. I don't even know what they're at right now. I don't even know what the temperature's at right now. Let me see. Uh, yeah, we're still at like 66 degrees. I mean, it was crazy. Um, Crazy how good it was. And then we're looking. Tomorrow's going to be in the 50s, and then it cools down overnight. So, they're talking a possibility of some rain during the day tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But we're going to go from 78 today to 55 tomorrow, and then overnight tomorrow, a low of 27 and possible snow. I mean, how crazy is that? What kind of wind speeds am I seeing? It's not terrible. It's not like the storm that we had where it was insane winds, but they're just we get a lot of wind up here as well. So when we get a day where we don't have wind, it says Ed Ryan Hall said a spring blizzard is heading east. Oh, that's not fun. I'm against that. It's because tomorrow is actually the first day of spring. Tomorrow is actually the first day of spring. So If a storm comes through at this point, it shouldn't last long. Any kind of snow that we would get, it shouldn't be long at all. So, but all right, so let's get into this topic. Okay, you're probably like, what is he talking about in this topic? And I think this is something that a lot of people don't think about, right? The unprepared for a long hike, right? What am I talking about? Um, if there is a grid down situation in any way, shape, or form, and you are unable to travel, by conventional means like a car, motorcycle, bike, whatever, okay, you're gonna have to walk, right? So I was thinking about this, which I think is really, really important, is foot care, making sure several things, okay? I'm going to give you an example of something real quick. When I was in the Army during basic training, they had us do a 15-mile road march, full gear. We had to go, 15 miles. And what they did partway through, they had us stop, take our boots off, change our socks, and then make sure our feet were okay. And they were like, everybody had to look at everybody's feet, make sure they were good, there was no blisters, all that type of stuff. Rose, Ed, my husband wants to know if you got his message. When did he send it, Rose? Because I haven't seen anything stand out, so I don't know. When did he send the message? Let me look and see if there's. Last night. I don't. What? I have no idea what the message was. I don't remember seeing anything that would have stood out to me. What was his message? I have no idea. But anyway, so if you let me know, Rose, I don't remember seeing a message. Um, the Are you talking about the puppy, Rose? Are you talking about the puppy? That message I did get, the update on the puppy. I don't know who sent that, but all right. But anyway, so we had to make sure our feet were in good shape because when you're having to walk, you have to take care of your feet. You absolutely have to take care of your feet. So having extra socks, making sure your feet are dry, making sure you're not getting blisters, and those type of things is really, really important because again, after a true event that would happen, most like he said check your spam folder. All right, I'll look in the spam folder. I'll do that. So now you got me curious. I'll look after the live stream. So, but let me see. I don't know if I can get it from my phone or not. Let me look. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see more. All right, let me look in the spam folder. It's not the spam folder. I'll have to look later. I'm sorry. I was trying to see if I could do it real quick on my phone, but I can't. So anyway, yeah, foot powder if you can. Most people don't have foot powder on hand. You're right, JJ, and that's another thing. That's one of the things I've actually have stocked up on is foot powder, and I think that, like I said, if you don't take care of your feet in your when you're traveling. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about this. If you are traveling in a post event, okay, and you're in a group, let's say there's 10 of you in the group, you're only going to go as fast, okay, is the slowest person in your group unless you plan on leaving people behind. So maybe you could walk a long distance and you're going to be fine, but other people are not going to be able to do that. So the distance that you, and there's a couple things that go with it. And I've tried to explain this to people many, many times. Your first day that you travel, if you don't do any kind of walking, anything like that, you get now you're in a group of people and you're heading to a destination. You've got a destination in mind and you're heading there, but you have to walk. So first of all, you're going to have to carry everything that you need to survive that trip on your person, right? So just food alone would be a lot of weight. Now you're talking also, you know, weaponry, extra ammo, extra magazines, water, being able to, all those things that you're going to need, shelter, So, I mean, because it's not going to be a quick trip in that type of case. The best time you're going to make on that type of a trip would be your first day. So, let's say your first day, you walk 15 miles, okay? So you made 15 miles on your first day. So in your mind, you're thinking, well, we'll keep doing that and, kind of gauge it out how long it's going to take. But what's going to happen is on day two, when everybody gets up, people are going to be sore. They're going to be hurting. They're not going to feel like walking again. So, yeah, emergency filtration to take with you. Yes. I always keep, I have in one of my bug out bags, I keep a Katadyn water filter, and in that way I can just if I, as long as I can have access to water, I can purify water. Now I would always carry a canteen, as well as the like the canteen on my hip, but then also the other type of the circular canteens. I would have both of those because you want to be able to you know have access to water as you because you're going to be thirsty walking and again you don't know what kind of weather you're going to be traveling in. So but that second day you'll be lucky to make 10 miles because the slowest person is as fast as you're going to go. And you're going to have to make a decision at some point. If somebody is slowing you down, what do? And if it's a loved one and somebody you care about, you're not going to want to leave them behind. So you slow your pace down to their pace. But Ed, realistically, most people aren't able to do a mile. I would hope that wouldn't be the case, JJ. I hope that wouldn't be the case. But if you don't take care of your feet on those type of traveling, you're going to be in big trouble in a hurry. Because ever had a blister on your foot, guys? You got like a new pair of boots or something like that, and you're walking around during the day, and you develop a blister, and how painful that is, and how much of a pain in the behind it is. That it's the same type of thing, but now you're looking at long distance, and you don't know what you're running into. Ed, if it's bad weather too, has to deal with too slowing you down and knowing how to build an emergency shelter. Exactly, Delbert. I mean, if you're running, I mean, again, there's no guarantee that SHTF is going to happen and it's going to be a sunny, nice day. You're going to run into weather, so you're going to run into rain. You're going to run into, possibly snow, sleet, whatever, depending on where you're going, what time of year. Now think about this. Now let's say you can't maybe bridges are out. Let's say bridges were out, gone. Now you got to go through the water. You got to access the water. So how deep is the water, right? What is your game plan for getting across the water? Because you might not be able to wade across, depending on how deep it is. So now you better have some kind of a game plan of what you're doing to get across that water to make sure everybody's okay. So there's a lot of factors that are going to go into it that's going to slow or impede people. And let's think about this. You don't think that they might have roadblocks on some of the roads that you would be traveling if you try to stay on the highways and stuff like that, that there would be, people putting up roadblocks for either robbing people or whatever stuff like that. My biggest thing is what I would try to do. I would try to travel at night and sleep during the day because the bad guys are probably going to be more apt to be sleeping at night, or there's not going to be as many out as there would be during the day. Now, in that case, what do you got to have? You better have accurate maps. And I've talked about laminated maps so that you can pull them out. Don't matter if it's raining or not. Have you been gaining weight? You look pretty puffy. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm too fat right now. I'll be honest with you. Absolutely too fat right now. I'm pushing in at about 228, so I'm too heavy. Absolutely too heavy. So, but yeah, I definitely need to drop some weight. Not gonna lie, don't like it. I don't feel great with the extra weight on. I'll be honest with you too. I don't like that. So, got to get back on track. I've been trying to eat a little bit better, but yeah. So then, as you can see, my chips. I like these chips. Um, so yeah, picked some of those up yesterday. So they're not even opened yet though. But yeah, I like those. See, I have a problem. I'm a chocoholic. I like my sweets, and it's not a good thing, especially as you're getting older and you're not as active as you used to be. I'll tell you, when I was younger, I mean, I would just eat and eat and eat and eat, and you know, I never gained weight because I worked out all the time. No, no dip. No, I just eat them just dry. I love them like that. So, but anyway, so yeah, I like that's one of the reasons why like today I went for a walk up into the upper meadow. I'm gonna try to work that hill more, so then that way I'm getting more exercise, and so that's kind of one of the things that I want to do, to be more active. Yeah, I feel like I said, I have been I've felt off. To be honest with you, with the weather hasn't helped. I mean, now the last couple of days have been nice, but when it was so cold and just miserable and all the snow, um, I have like zero motivation when the weather's like that. None. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. So yeah, that's part of it too. So, but I can cover the same distance in 15 minutes on a bicycle that takes an hour and a half to walk. Absolutely. I always try to tell people, having a bicycle, as a backup is huge because the amount of distance that you can make on a bike is astronomical. Even if you're not in the greatest of shape, you can go a whole lot farther, um, on that bicycle. So, but I'm a salty, crunchy eater. I don't like chocolate. Dawn says, "Yeah, like I said, I try to like with the green tea. Generally, the green teas I drink those when I do my live stream, and that's it. I try to push a lot of water, so that's you know. Oh, with the hills, yeah. There's the other thing. Yeah, that's a good point. Trying to if you're trying, and the thing is again, what people are not realizing, okay. Um, you're going to be carrying gear as well. So, if you're carrying, I mean, a man easily carry 50 pounds, but, you're going to have frequent breaks. Women are not going to be able to carry that much. They might be able to carry 20 if they're lucky. So, and then kids, you can even put like a 10-pound pack on the kids. But again, you're going to have things that you're going to need. You're going to need, you know, boiling for a pan to boil water to cook in and all that type of stuff too. And then you're going to need utensils. I mean, it's just people don't realize because they don't do it. You know what I mean? They don't make those trips. But if you're not taking care of your feet, I have gone 400 plus miles on a bike carrying 40 pounds of gear on the bike without having to wear a backpack or anything on my person. Oh, I believe that. No, no, and that's easy enough to do. I get you, and you can make some good time with that. Absolutely. But yeah, and you can really load up a bike, especially if you got like a little travel trailer type of. You ever see those the carriers that they had where you put like little kids in that you hook up to the bicycle and it rides behind, so you could like put like two little kids in there? Well, you don't have to put any kids in there. You can put gear in that, and you could put a lot of weight in that and use that, and that would work as well. And it's not, on you per se. And if you're riding a bike, but again, now you're traveling hills, you're probably walking up a hill. You're not probably riding that bicycle up a hill. I used to live when I lived in North Carolina. I lived in Chapel Hill, and I used to do 20 miles a day on a bicycle just because I enjoyed it. And if in Chapel Hill they have the one hill that winds up to, they call it Chapel Hill because the college is on top of the hill. Well, it's a winding road, and what I would do for fun, I loved hills. I loved hills because they were a challenge. I would never change gears, so I would not downshift. I would keep it in a higher gear, and I would, you're standing when you're doing it, and I'd go up that hill on the bicycle that way. And you want to talk about a workout? That was a workout. That was, and then you turn around, and now you're doing 60 miles an hour on a bicycle down a hill. So that was fun. But hey, I lived up on Black Mountain. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I used to do that when I was a kid when our parents had no clue where we were. Oh, we were all over as kids on bicycles. Oh my God. I figured, one of our things that we used to like to do, you ride with no hands, right? I could go